Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about today's video because recently, as I've been organizing my beauty room, I've come across like old favorite products from way back when that I've been actually kind of like reaching for a little bit. And I had this idea a while ago to create an entire video where I just kind of like talk about classic makeup. So I gathered a bunch of those products and I'm going to be doing a full face of all those things. And we're going to be doing a wear test to see how everything holds up, to see if it's still as fabulous as I remember these products to be. I'm so excited to be partnering with Neutrogena on this video, you guys. This works perfectly for this video because I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup in this video. You guys, this is a foundation that I have used and loved for years. In fact, I used it in my very first makeup tutorial here on YouTube, so I'll show you guys a little clip of that so you guys can see that it really has been something that I've loved for such a long time. And even before I made that video, like I was using it for months and months and months. It's one of my very favorite foundations. So I'm really excited to be working with Neutrogena and to be using that foundation in this video. I feel like it's another one of those like full circle moments. I would have never guessed that a couple years after starting my channel that I'd be working with Neutrogena with the foundation that I loved when I started my channel. So let's just get right into this look. As I go through this tutorial, I want you guys to be thinking of your classic makeup products. Are there any that have stuck with you for the past few years? Or are there any that you still own that you haven't reached for a long time? I want to know, so be thinking of those. I wanted to use the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer, and we're going to be doing the eyes first. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on the eyelids, and I'm just going to blend that out with a sponge. All right, I'm going to go ahead and powder the eyelid using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the original powder, such a classic. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to go ahead and press this onto the lids just to set that concealer and to prep it for eyeshadow. I was going through my eyeshadow palettes and I was trying to think of an eyeshadow palette that was such a throwback, and this one, I just had to use it. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. Now, this is actually something that is newer to me personally than it was to the market. Like, I feel like when everybody was obsessed with this, I never purchased it. I never picked it up. So it is newer to my collection than other eyeshadow palettes, but this palette is such a classic, and I know so many of you guys have this at home. So we're gonna start off with this shade right here called Salted Caramel, and I'm just gonna start to work this into the crease a little bit, and as less product gets on the brush, I'm just gonna bring it out toward the end of the brow there. I feel like this is a little bit even more of a throwback with some of these products than even the Full Face of Nothing new videos that I do. So I've actually been so excited to film this, and I'm so excited to do a wear test to really see if everything competes with the stuff that I'm currently using. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's go ahead and dip into, ooh, this looks pretty. Let's dip into Milk Chocolate, this shade right here. And I'm just gonna start to use this shade to kind of deepen up the outer portion of the eye and then bring it in to the crease a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what shimmer shade I want on my lids. I want to create a look that's more, you know, kind of daytime appropriate, really fresh looking. So I might go in with this one right here. This is called Marzipan, and I'm going to apply that to the lids using my finger. Oh wow. That's a really pretty kind of pinky champagne taupe color. That was a lot of colors I just named. Oh, you know what I mean. All right, next we're gonna dip into the shade Hot Chocolate. And I'm just gonna take that and kind of stamp it on the very outer corner. I'm gonna try to blend the shimmer shade out a little bit using this mat. Okay, I actually really like where that's at. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off any fallout underneath the eyes. There wasn't too much, but I think that's just the perfect amount of depth and shimmer on the eyes to be kind of like a daytime glam look. At least for me. For some people, this might be like an evening special occasion kind of eye look, but we're just going with it. All right, let's move on to complexion. I want to keep it really fresh and glowy and dewy. For primer, I'm going to be using one of the Neutrogena Prep and Correct primers. Here's what they look like. These are awesome, you guys. I've been using these for such a long time. They come in 3 different shades. The first one is the tone correcting one, which is kind of like a peachy shade. I personally love this one. It just helps to overall even out the skin tone. If you have redness, this would be a great one for you. This is the Redness Correcting Primer, and this one has more of a green color to it to help cancel out any redness. And then we have this one right here. This is the Prep and Correct Brightening Primer, and this one has more of a lavender shade. I'm gonna swatch them for you guys really quick so that you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the 3 primers swatched on my hand, so you can kind of see the texture and the color. Again, this one's the Tone Correcting, which is the more peach one. We have the Redness Correcting, which has more of a green undertone. And then this one right here is the Brightening Formula, and it's more of a lavender kind of shade. shade. I think for today's tutorial, I'm going to use my personal favorite, which is the Tone Correcting Primer. They're all very lightweight and they also have really good ingredients in them. They have seaweed extract, so it's going to make your face feel really, really smooth, and it just preps the face perfectly for makeup. And it just kind of calms down or tones down any imperfections, which actually I've noticed helps me use less product. So as you can see, this one, as I'm blending it in, it just kind of overall corrects everything. I love this primer. I love the formula of it. And it almost has a texture of like a moisturizer, so it feels really nice on the skin too. It also sits on the skin nicely, like it's not going to settle into your fine lines or anything, so it really helps improve how your makeup looks and wears. Look at that. It almost looks like I have some sort of a foundation on already. I really don't feel like I'm going to need too much coverage now. And now for the part we've all been waiting for, foundation. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. I personally use the shade Nude 40. So this foundation also has really good ingredients in it, which is something that I love about Neutrogena. They don't make products and then think about skin. They think about the skin and then they formulate their products. The texture of this foundation is amazing. It's so lightweight, but it gives a great amount of coverage, which is why it's been one of my favorite foundations for so long. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit on the back of my hand. Whoop! Look how silky it is. It's not too thick of a formula, it's not too thin either. It's just right in my opinion. I'm going to take this on a Real Techniques brush first, and I'm going to start in the center of the face and start to blend this outward. It also has broad spectrum SPF 20, but the SPF is titanium dioxide, which is a physical sunscreen, so it's not going to irritate the skin. You guys know how I am about my sunscreens and products. Like, I'm very picky with them, so I love how the sunscreen in here is not going to irritate my skin. It just makes it that much better. I love this foundation. Oh my gosh. And I'm not just saying that because I'm working with Neutrogena on this video. You guys, seriously, this has been one of my favorite foundations for years. I'm just going to go ahead and press this into the skin further using my beauty blender. I'm going to make sure to blend the foundation down the neck as well. So here's my complexion up close so you can really see the texture of the foundation. The coverage is there, but it's not heavy looking. It's not heavy feeling in any way. And it doesn't emphasize any texture or anything like that. It doesn't cling to any dry patches. This formula is truly amazing. I love it. All right, let's move back into concealer. Honestly, I'm really happy with the coverage and finish that the foundation gave, so I'm not going to use that much concealer. I'm going to take the same Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer, and I am going to conceal the under eye area and maybe a couple blemishes that just are a little bit stubborn. There's honestly not too many to cover today. I feel like the foundation did a pretty good job giving just the right amount of coverage to the areas that I wanted it. So I'm just going to blend out the concealer over the blemishes. And then I'm also going to just take that underneath the eyes and blend out that concealer just to brighten up the under eye area. All right, I love how everything is looking so far. This makes me so excited. Okay, I'm going to go back into the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to take a small brush first and just tap this underneath the eye area to help lock in that concealer. And I'm using more of a pressing motion underneath the eyes versus like a sweeping motion, just to make sure that we're pressing in the concealer and we're locking it in, not wiping it away and setting it. I'm also going to take that powder around the nose. I'm just going to press it in the T-zone because that's where I get the most oily, so I like to really press the powder into the T-zone. It always helps my makeup last longer. And then I'm just going to take a larger brush with a little bit more of that translucent powder, and I'm going to take that and just set the cheeks. I do have discoloration on the sides of my face, so I always like to set the sides of my face just to make sure that that coverage stays all day. And I'm going to press them into the forehead as well. I'm going to remove the foundation off the lips right now. I usually do this later, but it was kind of bothering me. Okay, I'm loving how my makeup's looking. Let's finish up the lower lash line. Going back into the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which smells amazing. And I'm going to go back into the shade Hazelnut, which is the one that we started with. I like to tap off the extra and then go underneath the lower lash line just to kind of define that a little bit. And then I'm going to take that same shade and dip into Creme Brulee. Again, tapping off the extra. I'm just going to layer this on the inner portion of the lower lash line. And then I'm just kind of wiping off the brush in between, and I'm going to go into Hot Chocolate, which is that medium brown shade. And I'm going to take this and just kind of scribble it between the lashes on the outer third of the lower lash line. It kind of creates like a soft liner effect. And I'm making sure to blend that out into the existing shadows here so that everything looks like it's supposed to be there. I feel like that's where I want the eye makeup to be. I used to love this mascara. This is the Balm Mad Lash Mascara. And they recently sent me another one, and I remembered how much I loved it, and I haven't tried it for, gosh, it's probably been over a year now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to the top and bottom lashes. All right, so mascara is on. I do have a couple mascara marks. I'm just gonna let those dry before I dust them off. Let's go ahead and bronze up the skin. I knew I wanted to use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer in this video because, gosh, it's such a classic. This is the original. Like, I even have the old packaging. I think they've changed the packaging. I don't know if the formula is changed slightly. It could be. I've heard that it's a little different, but I can't tell you because I don't own that one. I'm just gonna keep using this one. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't need to buy a new one right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this on a big fluffy bronzer brush, and I'm gonna start to warm up the complexion with this bronzer. Again, this smells so good. Oh my gosh. It's kind of funny because I am really picky and sensitive to fragrances in products, but some things, every time I open them, like a lot of Too Faced products, like the chocolate bar palette, the peach palette, this bronzer, like sometimes they just get the scent just right to where it's not overpowering and to where you don't smell it all day on your face, but it just kind of adds to your like makeup application experience. And that's what I like about this. So I'm just continuing to build this up. Benefit Hoola bronzer is also one that I was debating using. Do you guys still use Benefit Hoola? I want to know. Leave a comment. Are you guys the types that like are so makeup obsessed, kind of like me, where you're always purchasing new things? Or are you somebody who just sticks to the classics? Like, I know some people in my life seriously do not branch out because they've already found something that works for them and they just don't try new things because there's not really a reason to. I feel like I have so many products like that. Like, there's not really a reason to try new things because the product itself is good, but I just love makeup so much that I keep like looking for the next best thing. Are you guys the same, or do you stick to what you love? All right, let's move into highlighter. Of course, I wanted to use the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. This is my original and it is loved. It's been a long time since I've used this. I'm really excited to put this on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to the high points of the face. Oh my gosh. And a little bit goes a long way. I forgot. I'm used to using like my baked formulas now, my baked highlighters, and I really dig the brush into those to build them up, which I love. I love the effect that that gives, but it kind of made me forget that the Becca ones are so buttery. You really don't need to dip in too heavily. How pretty is that? For blush, this is truly probably the very first blush that I ever learned to love. Like, this blush started my blush obsession, okay? And if you go back on my channel, you'll see this blush everywhere. I've used this for years. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush, and the shade that I personally love is the shade Vibrant 20. So I knew I had to pull this out again too. And I think this is even my original. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's definitely more of a bright blush, but I love it for spring and summer, and it just kind of adds like health back to the skin, you know? This comes in other shades as well, but I just personally love this one. So pretty. All right, I'm just gonna take my makeup wipe and just make sure that there's not any foundation on the lips. Now, this product is actually newer to me as well, but MAC has been around for forever, so I wanted to use the MAC Subculture Lip Pencil. This has become like probably my favorite lip liner. Well, I've been loving this one and the KKW Beauty 0.5 Nude lip liner. Like, those two have been my go-tos. But MAC is more of a classic than KKW Beauty, at least right now, and so I'm going to use this today. And I'm going to line and fill in the lips with this. And then for a gloss, mine is like Destroyed. This is the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's Moonchild Lip Gloss. I wanted to use something ColourPop because I feel like, I know it's not like an old brand by any means, but this gloss to me is such a classic. And it's been too long since I've used it, so I wanted to pull this out again today. And I'm just going to apply that on top. Oh, truly the best nude lip gloss, I swear. And this has the old doe foot applicator that they used to have on their glosses. Now it's the brush, and I do not like that. I wish they would switch it back. All right, let's step back and assess the situation. I have to say, I love this makeup. Like, it's so classic. Even this makeup look for me is just so me, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. We'll add more bronzer, of course. Taking a little bit more of that Too Faced bronzer and just applying it to the forehead. Oh, it smells so good. I'm just taking what's left on the brush, the blush brush, and just kind of adding a little more blush. Blush is the first thing to fade, so I always add a little bit more than most people probably. I'm just gonna go ahead and dust off the mascara marks with a clean brush. I think we're good on the highlight. Oh, no we're not. I almost forgot to do the inner corner highlight. Where is my brush? It's my goal for the rest of the year to get organized. I am going to do it. I'm actually going to clean my beauty room today. I just decided that now. And I'm gonna get more and more organized. I just feel like I waste so much time trying to find things that I've lost. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop some of this in the inner corner of the eye. Yes, that just adds so much freshness to the eye look. I love it. And I'm going to take what's left and pop that underneath the brow. Which, by the way, I already did the brows off camera. I didn't use a classic brow product. I just used the M Cosmetics Fine Liner Brow Pencil in the shade Deep Taupe. Even though this isn't like an older product to me, this is such a good brow pencil. I'm just gonna make sure that the brows look the way I want them to before I lock them in. I'm gonna go grab a classic setting spray that I haven't used in a very long time. I just remembered the setting spray. It's not the Urban Decay All Nighter, it's another one, and I'll go grab it and we'll try this out as well. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay, I used to love this setting spray. This is the Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray, and it's the bridal finishing spray. For some reason, this makeup look almost gives me bridal vibes. So let's use the bridal setting spray and see how I feel about it. I haven't used this in so long. All right, let's go ahead and spritz the whole face. Then I'm gonna take my handy fan and let that dry a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go in with my sponge once it starts to dry down. I'm just gonna press down the peach fuzz. Just pressing down the T-zone. And then I'm just going to set the brows using the Hourglass Arch Brow Shaping Gel. I couldn't find my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Gel. That's a classic for me, and that's one that I also still use. So both brow products are not necessarily classics. They're definitely more new to me, but oh well. All right, we're ready to do our wear test. I have to say, I love how this makeup look turned out, you guys. Like, this is so pretty to me. The foundation looks flawless. The highlighter is beautiful. The tones on the eyes are so classic and so pretty. All right, let's go ahead and wear this throughout the day. I really do want to see if these things hold up on the face and how they look by the end of the day, because I seriously might start reaching for all of these products on a regular basis all over again. Okay, it's currently 1:16 p.m. I'm gonna be wearing this makeup for as long as possible. Let's do the wear test. I'll see you guys in a second for my first check-in. All right, I always like to start my first check-in right after filming, so I just opened up the window. It's a very sunny day today, so it's pretty bright, but I wanted to show you guys what everything looks like right up against the window in natural light so that you can see what we're working with here. I love how everything looks right now. I can't wait to see how it wears. It's so fun to like revisit older products because it just makes me like re-fall in love with them. So I'm really hoping that everything wears well today, and I love my makeup. Like, I feel like I'm having a really good makeup day so far. The complexion looks good, the eyeshadow looks good, the lip color is to die for in my opinion. So let's keep wearing this throughout the day. I will continue to check in with you guys so we can see how everything holds up. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so it is currently 5:30 p.m. I thought it would come on and kind of show you guys what the makeup looks like. That means I've been wearing this for about 4 hours, but I have been cleaning the house and sweating and vacuuming, and I keep looking in the mirror. The foundation looks incredible. Right now, it has the most perfect finish. I usually love how foundations look at the 4-hour mark because your natural oils start to come through and it just looks like skin. So we're gonna keep wearing this throughout the day. Right now, the foundation looks amazing. The eyeshadow's staying on. I'm not having any flaking or smudging on the lashes. The lip color has kind of faded, but I wasn't expecting that to wear long since it was just a gloss. So this is where we're at right now. I will continue to update you guys, and we will see how this wears for the rest of the night. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, you guys, so I am back. It is currently 12:10, which means that I have been wearing this makeup for almost 11 hours. So a pretty solid wear test, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the makeup. I feel like everything honestly has held up so well today. And considering all the things that I did, I cleaned the house, I went for a walk, I was sweating, and the foundation still looks so pretty. It is separating a little bit around the nose right here, but that's basically it. I also have a new friend that popped through right here. Seriously, this foundation has held up so beautifully, and every single time I caught my reflection, we have a big mirror in our kitchen, and every single time I walked by tonight, I loved the finish of my makeup, and it just made me so excited to continue to reach back into old favorites and old classics. I feel like this really goes to show that just because it didn't launch this month doesn't mean that it's not good anymore. Does that make sense? I really, really enjoyed my makeup, and I feel like I will definitely continue to wear these products because of this video. I'm gonna go ahead and put up a before and after so you guys can see what the makeup looked like right after applying versus right now, so you can see the differences and you can see how things wore off. I'm super happy with how my makeup wore today, and I had so much fun filming this video. It was so fun for me to reach back into these classic products. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this kind of a video, and also let me know what your classic products are. I want to know what your favorite product was like a few years ago. I would love to hear from you guys, so leave a comment down below. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope it encourages you guys to reach for things that you haven't looked for in a while. I know I always do that a lot, and I love to encourage that often with my Full Face of Nothing new videos and things like that, but I feel like this one was specifically fun because a lot of these products are older and tried and true products. So I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!